Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, guys. Today is indeed Friday. We are very excited because we don't have to go to work. And by we, I mean me. I don't know if you guys have to work. If you're working double or triple overtime, props to you. If you're working Black Friday, God help you. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Guys, Bitcoin currently trading at 91.76 and 39 cents. I have fully recovered from a food-induced coma, and I'm happy to report that I had a lovely Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys did as well. Unfortunately, I did not get to Black Friday shop, but that's not the end of the world. It was a very vague plan, like a last minute, just like let's go have fun and mess around Black Friday shopping. So it is what it is. More of a Cyber Monday guy myself. Plus, Black Friday is like a month-long thing, so I'm pretty sure I can just go shopping tomorrow and get the same deals. Anyways, Bitcoin's chilling. Bitcoin dominance 59.25. It does look like it's lingering, and like it might not be able to breach 59.4. The only thing that has me mildly concerned is the wicks, because those eventually lead to uptrend. We do have a confirmed red dot though, and a potential bearish cross over the moving average looming, which would be very exciting. This is kind of a descending broadening wedge, which might be bullish. I don't remember. I think it depends on how it starts off. Bitcoin currently sitting at 91.72 and 5 cents. That is down 0.29 for the day. Percent for the day. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI. Almost overbought, which I think is a good thing that we didn't become overbought, because now we can just do one of these and the RSI can go all the way down and then we can go back up later. Hopefully. That's my my bullish biased speaking, but I would like to see 88.736 hold. I'm not entirely sure why that's there. Actually, now I am. Yes, we got previous resistance, and I guess that's where this breakout occurred. So there's confluence there. I like the scaffolding analogy the most, I think, because it makes the most sense. We have to build the scaffolding in order to continue to climb. And this rise, as fun as it was for Bitcoin, was a little too meteoric. Like right here, we had scaffolding built, so it makes sense that we could establish our little foundation here and go higher. And then we had to establish more scaffolding here and here. And now if you put all that together, you have like a solid base, the next leg up, and the next leg up. So we're building a little bit more right here, it seems. It gets a little messy, but it's the easiest little elementary explanation I can come up with. John said, JJ, it's definitely a bear market, smash the like. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, John. I'm not in disagreement at all. I don't think it's a traditional 12-month bear market, but I do think by definition we are technically in a bear market now. So it is what it is. What's nice about that is there's no more guesswork. Markets don't like uncertainty, and I am one of the markets. I don't like uncertainty. But yeah, Bitcoin looks decent here. Volume looks good, especially for a holiday weekend. So we'll see how Saturday, Sunday plays out. As of right now, I'm pretty happy with where we're at. ETH is up, believe it or not, 0.74% on the day, currently trading at 3,037 and 61 cents. I like that we're holding above 3K. I would like it to stay that way. We do have a confirmed red dot back here. Price was right here. So I suppose, I don't think that played out, but it does look like it might invalidate if we stay up above 3K. So it's going to be interesting. John said, I love the downside I get to buy. I mean, I DCA regardless. The dry powder gets deployed, which is nice, but I think my bias is up because I'm not a patient person. So, yeah. I am excited to talk about silver today. Silver, I believe, made a new all-time high, which is crazy. But anyways, ETH looks great. Again, almost overbought, just like Bitcoin. So we'll see if we get a little retrace, or even just like some chop would be nice. Let that RSI cool off, and then we can get further upside later. That's where the patience part comes into play, where I'm not good at. But you got to learn to get good, which is kind of something that crypto forces you to do. Solana, on the other hand, is down 2.16%. It is continuing to reject the blue trend line, which is a legacy trend line for a broader wedge that we broke out of in the past to create a new all-time high. This gigantic blue wedge we've been tracking for quite some time. It was originally just this, and then that we had an inverse head and shoulder textbook breakout, rejection of the upper trend line, support of our neckline, and we use that support to springboard onto new all-time highs. So regardless of whether or not how you feel about Solana, it charts really nicely and it trades really nicely. This is one of my favorite coins to trade because of the amount of volume and momentum behind it. Hopefully it stays that way, but for now I'm just happy to be able to track it properly. Having said that, when we got this all-time high, we got a little double top. We came back in and did a little double bottom off of our lower trend line. Broke above for a little fake out, double top again, came back down, played with our neckline of this inverse head and shoulder that we talked about. So that neckline is very prominent. It's this purple line right here. We've kept it on the chart because it's been incredibly relevant this entire time. The question is, back here, we got a bounce, rejection of our blue line, another bounce, couldn't even touch the blue line, and then we broke below it, danced around, and then we got back above it again. Are we going to do the exact same thing right here? Because it looks like it could, if that played out. So, the fractal possibility is definitely alive and well. What scares me, I suppose, is the concept of the wedge that I always talk about, where the first move is always the false move, and then you get the true move afterwards. So these false moves, and then we're going to go down, because that would be crazy. Hopefully not. It does seem like there's maybe a broader trend emerging out of this. It doesn't seem to be a solid uptrend, though. This was an uptrend right here. This, however, kind of reestablishes everything. There's nothing set in stone with this yet. This is definitely a downtrend, a smaller term time frame downtrend, which usually breaks up. So we'll have to see where we get that solid bounce from. I like that we're holding our neckline, our legacy neckline. I don't like that we're rejecting the upper trend line, though. So hopefully this gets our support at the neckline, and then we break above the upper trend line after that. John said, USDC or PAXG, should I keep my dry powder in? That's entirely up to you, actually. I keep my dry powder in stablecoin, in Tether. So, PAXG, I'm not entirely familiar with. I believe it's just a gold-pegged stablecoin, isn't it? Reverse Jackpot said, Drummer made it. Nice. What's up, chat? What's going on, Reverse Jackpot? John said, PAXG is gold. Someone told me. Thoughts? I've heard good things. It seems relatively popular, and I haven't heard any negative news about it. Crypto Spaces YouTube said, what's up, everyone? How we feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Got a lot of food in my belly. Had a lot of fun with the family last night. And today is a super chill day. I got a long weekend. Gonna play some video games with the family. And probably get some shopping done, even if it's just Cyber Monday stuff. With Sol, though, we do have to observe a red dot, just like ETH. But it's right here. Did it invalidate with this move up? I don't know, because we're below that now, so maybe it's going to play out now. Again, I would look for a bounce off that neckline. If we can get that, that'd be great. I'm hoping that this is just happening to reset our RSI and give us more room to the upside. We'll see. G Immortal said, what's up, JJ? What's going on, G Immortal? How you doing, my friend? How was your Thursday? Yesterday. Total 3 is down 0.68% on the day, seemingly rejecting the upper trend line that we've been watching for quite some time. It does look like it wants to try to hold 883, so we'll see if that ends up happening. If not, then I would look for a reaction around 857. I would hope that it's not going to come all the way down here. If it does, then I would probably start to play off of that 800 billion guess that I had way back when. So that's my bullish guess for a reversal. My bearish guess is 711. And that's for like we're in a bear market and it's getting bad targets. So that could change. G Immortal said, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. It was a fun time for sure. The turkey was so good, dude. I like turkey. I don't know if I've ever had turkey that delicious. So what's interesting about this is this move was spurred off by a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher. And incredibly oversold Momentum Wave. So now Momentum Wave is overbought, or it was, right around the time we got our confirmed red dot, so it's going to get interesting for sure. ADA is down 3.05% on the day. It does look like it's trying to hold this 42 level. Hopefully we get a close above that. I like that we broke above this yellow trend line with a nice conviction candle as well. Problem is that conviction didn't stick, and now we're testing that level again. So we'll see what happens. RSI kind of curled over before everything else. It doesn't really look that strong, but hopefully we can find that strength and continue to the upside. This goes into the false, well, no, I guess it doesn't, because the false move here, it's not really a wedge either. So maybe that's just something we should ignore entirely, because this is more of a descending channel, which should, you know, by default, technically break to the upside. But we'll see what happens. Volume could be a little bit better. RSI, kind of fine. You know, RSI is not really raising any red flags or green flags. Same with the momentum wave. SNEX is down 3.31, chilling at 15 still. Nothing really to write here. XRP is down 0.75, lingering right around 218, 220. The RSI is slowly resetting after being very, very vaguely, very briefly overbought. It looks very similar to what happened here. So I'm wondering if that's going to play out again. I don't know if necessarily it's going to go all the way down to oversold, but we got less than 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. H-bar is down 0.81% on the day. Interesting little pattern here with H-bar. So we had a little wedge here, which I extended the upper trend line of just to see where our price went. And I brought this all the way down, and we just so happened to bounce perfectly off of that. And then there was a lower trend line established in this new trend. It's very sideways, H-bar. Now, I believe either this move or this move, one of these two, was from the ETF news and ETF launch. That being said, this looks like a textbook inverse head and shoulders, which played out very nicely and then resulted in some dumpage afterwards. And the price is significantly lower than it was when all of this stuff happened. So it's not looking too hot. Why is this happening? I have no clue. Keep in mind, December 1st, which is, what, 3-4 days away? 1, 2, 3 days. In 3 days, it will be December 1st. That is when quantitative tightening ends. Which, that does not mean by default the start of quantitative easing, but it is implied that, you know, the doors will be open, the runway will be clear for quantitative easing to begin afterwards. Quantitative tightening is when the Fed offloads their balance sheet. They're basically, let's call it printing. They're printing their coin, which is assets. They're selling assets on the market. They're basically flooding the market with everything that you can think of besides the US dollar. And that's dumping the price. And maybe not. Maybe it's not dumping the price. Maybe it's just suppressing the price. Now, what's interesting with that is the Fed is ending quantitative tightening into a relatively strong stock market and somewhat high inflation. So it's definitely going to get funky. And my brain thinks that this is all stemming from AI and the over usage of artificial intelligence in the jobs market. A lot of people don't have jobs now because of AI. They don't have income, and the economy is hurting because of that. Not to mention prices going up from inflation. And meanwhile, the Fed, for however long, has been just offloading their balance sheet. So I think they're going to cut rates in December. I think that they're going to hint at a possibility of quantitative easing starting, if they don't actually start it in December. And I think 2026 is going to be a juicy year. I really do. SWI is down 1.15, very sideways, very lingering. I would not be surprised if this just continues throughout the weekend, because it's a holiday weekend. There's really nothing crazy going on to signal anything happening. Monday is December 1st, so if we chop sideways and then December 1st comes and something happens, that would be what would happen in my opinion. Ondo, a little baby uptrend. It looks a little more sideways now. Again, Saturday, Sunday liquidity. It's going to be probably boring. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully the RSI resets on all of these. We do have a little bit of a overheated momentum wave on Market Cipher. So I would like to see this cool off. And even if it sits in the middle, I'd rather see it sitting in the middle than on the upper half. Because that upper half eventually means we're going to come down. Arrow's down 2.76%. It is still right below my buy. Sitting at 69, nice, 02. Can it get back above 76.03? It's doing the sideways thing just like everything else. RSI is dancing around the moving average, looking like it wants to curl down a little bit. We do have a red dot in the momentum wave as well as negative money flow. And the volume is falling off a cliff, man. Volume has fallen off a cliff. So let's see if this recovers ever. Pinlink got a little spicy the last couple of days. People were scooping her up. Got this nice run up and then a little curl. It does look like people are buying now. Volume's okay. This is just specific to MXC though, so nothing crazy. Pinlink is, I believe, available on chain. There was a little bit of a sus behavior with the liquidity pool though, but I don't think that's the only place to buy it. So who knows? It's getting weird. Pinlink is getting a little bit weird. Renders up 0.39. I think that if this thing doesn't recover soon, it's probably going on the pooper. We've got 179.82, and volume is gone entirely. I don't see, and again, this goes back to that mentality thing where my brain is saying, don't buy this, it looks bad. But that is when people make life-changing money decisions. When something looks awful and you buy it, and then it looks amazing a month later, you bought it when it looked awful, and you benefited from the process of it eventually looking amazing. So that's definitely something I gotta work on personally. Stellar, down 0.94. It is sitting above 25. That's awesome. We were watching it struggle with 25 the other day. I do really like this. I don't know why. It looks kind of like a very nice reversal pattern. The RSI is dancing around the moving average on the upper half, and your momentum wave could use a little cooling off. Red dot, pointing to the downside. Money flow has been negative for quite some time now, so that explains a broader downtrend. Volume looks really good, though. A lot of people talk crap about Stellar, but the volume consistently looks good on it, and if you know how it trades, it's probably really nice for trading. So, cheers, guys. Got some coffee today because I'm recovering from a food coma. How was your guys' Thanksgiving? Did anyone in the chat go Black Friday shopping? And if you did, do you have any good Black Friday shopping stories? Me and my cousins used to stay over, and in the morning, all of our moms would go Black Friday shopping. The aunts would go Black Friday shopping, and we'd wait for them to get home. We'd always be super stoked because they'd get home with the craziest stories. Like, they'd be like, we almost beat up some old lady because she was caught in line, and my aunt Patty would be like, I'm like, bitch, take my earrings, hold my earrings, I'm gonna whoop this old lady's ass. The stories are so good, dude. Polkadot down 2.1%. Polkadot's one of those coins, man. I want it to do good because it's got that nice like underdog feel, but the price, man, the chart just looks so atrocious. My brain can't figure out why anyone would ever want to buy this. And then I try to play that gymnastics where I'm like, well, that's when you're supposed to buy, whatever. Like, it was oversold like crazy. Look at this. Look at how oversold it was. This thing was down at 25. It got worse even before. But it somehow climbed out of it by, like, not even changing in price. I don't know, man. It's funky. It's a funky one. I'm rooting for him, but my brain hurts to think of how much money people lost on this thing. Volume looks really bad. Or, I guess gone. Bad is not the right word. Volume just looks down. I would love to see it get back above this purple trend line longer term, but some recovery is needed for sure. Farcoin, for some reason, getting some recovery. It's struggling to get above 36.26. Can it break above that is the question. I don't see why not, honestly. It's got some strength. The market cap's a lot lower now. Look at the volume here. Volume's kind of crazy. People are randomly talking crap, pun intended, and it kind of is funny to me. There's so many people that are like, I hate Farcoin. It's such a stupid coin. But that publicity alone kind of makes it genius, if you ask me. Volume looks amazing. You do have a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher right here, so watch out. if you do continue to reject this 36 level, you might be looking at some downside. And Farcoin moves very violently, so it's definitely a Farcoin you can't really trust. Caspa. Caspa also had a pretty spicy week and a half. I don't know. It broke bullish out of this downtrend, which is awesome, and it did struggle to get above the 51.78 level, and then eventually broke above that with conviction. And it's now dancing around our midpoint, which looks around 658, 58, 59, 6. So getting above that's going to be a big deal. Hopefully this doesn't double top. It does look like it's just making we had a rejection, a little liquidity grab, midpoint. We'll call it a midpoint in between the midpoint. And hopefully a break. We'll see where it ends up. Volume looks good. RSI is a little bit spiced up, but it has since, gotten into the safe zone. And we are trading under the moving average now. So whether or not we cool off or we just move sideways and let the RSI cool off, it looks good. It does. Red dot, though, be careful. Red dot at the Pico top. You don't want to fulfill that red dot. If you do, though, it's not the end of the world. I could see a little retrace down to your upper trend line breakout and then a continuation, in a couple of days. So we'll see what happens. Avalanche, struggling to get above this level for some reason. Why did I draw this? I don't know. It got a little spicy the other day. On Wednesday and then Thursday of today, it's been very choppy sideways. Looks like we broke below. This is $15. That's why the $15 psychological level. And we're sitting at 14.86. I would love to see it close above 15, but look at this RSI. This RSI is super interesting. We got above 15, and the RSI was like, nope. And it was just complete. This is a BART, if I've ever seen one. The RSI is straight up Bart Simpson to the downside, pulling underneath the moving average. Now, what's interesting about that is the price. The price didn't really dump. Volume looks really good. You got a confirmed red dot on market cipher back here, and the price has since pumped above that, well above that, hopefully invalidating. 1486, getting above 15 is going to be a big deal. Maybe retest 1450 and use that as a nice foundation to blast through 16. We'll have to wait and see. I do like, maybe not zoomed in, but zoomed out, I do like how this looks like it's plateaued and then bounces off the moving average, plateaus, and it's, I don't know, it looks really good, weirdly enough. As structural as it seems, it looks really good. I would like to see the momentum wave maybe cross bearish for a minute. Money flow is positive, though, so that could be huge. What's going on, Reese? Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. Hope you had a great one. Chainlink is down 1.35% on the day, currently trading at 13.16. We seemingly are rejecting 13.39. It's doing very similar things to Avalanche-ish. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI and have since rejected. We got a red dot on the momentum wave pointing to the downside as well. Money flow here is negative, so it's not as good as as Avalanche. Volume could also be a little bit better, but I think Chainlink is a sleeper, personally. Let's see if we can find some support at 13 and use that as enough strength to blast above 13.39. Let's go check out Zebek for Reese. I want to go to the mall, man. All the malls near me shut down. I got to go far now when I want to go to the mall. Stupid. Maybe Zebek USD? No. Why can't I find this anywhere? What is the actual ticker for Zebek? ZBCN, I remember. Is that right? Yes. Sweet. Okay. I swear I looked at this and I put lines on it. It's not MXC. Is it OKX? It is. Okay. So Zebek rejected 36.22, and it's now coming down. I would look for support, midpoint support. I'm going to call it right around 28-ish. I'm going to make this dotted because this is a very interim line. What's interesting is you had support back here off of it, so, and bounce right there. Okay, I like that. All right, so you got a bounce, break below, rejection 1, 2, bounce, rejection 3. Are you going to get a bounce here and break and then support and continue to the upside? That would be ideal. And then maybe this move right here could be a rejection from 41. Support, break, same thing, break, and over again until obviously you're making new highs. Structure looks good. Volume looks great. Oops. This has to stay dotted line. RSI trying to cross bullish over the moving average, which is interesting. And you do have a green dot in your momentum wave pointing to the upside. Money flow is still negative, but it looks like it's slowly improving over time. Yeah, let's see if you even come down to 28.71, I would look for at least a reaction there. Reset December 2nd, Zebex Spaces with NatPay. Okay, nice. SWFTC was going off earlier. Okay, SWFTC. Swiftcoin. I don't know if I've ever looked at this. Okay, longer term, it definitely has been beaten down. Way longer term, it's still up quite significantly. So if you were smart and you bought earlier, you're still up 82%, which is awesome. Let's see, it had a pretty violent, well, not really, it had a violent bounce, I would call it. It had a very slow burn down, and then bam, woke up. The bulls are back, it seems. Volume could be a little bit better, but it is just specific to OKX. It's a kind of, in my opinion, an obscure exchange. You were overbought on that bounce. You're having a positive response when you touch that moment, or when you touch that moving average on the RSI. Green dot in the momentum wave. Money flow still negative, but it looks like it's trying to flip right here. Right here. Down, and then it's starting to curl up. So the second that crosses, price is really going to start reacting good. Mr. Roberts said, "Sup, JJ? Hello, good people. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Happy Thanksgiving. Cheers. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. What do you guys call it over there?" I thought that there was. Isn't there like a Canadian Thanksgiving? Reset pulled 1,000% on it earlier. Nice. Okay, Doge down 1.53% on the day. Currently sitting at 1530. I like the 15. That's a nice psychological number. You got to read that in a momentum wave, pointing to the downside. Maybe invalidating as we speak. I don't know. Time will tell. It does look like it's trying to curl over price and RSI. Maybe you get a bounce off 1451 if that's the case. I don't know. Could use some assistance from Papa Elon, I think. I'm going to skip near Pengu. Silver. Silver is stealing the show today. Oh my gosh. Silver is currently sitting at 56.37. We talked about this already, and it is fulfilling beautifully. We had a textbook bull flag breakout, support, broke through the $52 resistance. Why was that resistance? That was my target initially, and then we did reject it right here. So we broke above that, and the next overhead resistance was the upper trend line of this broader trend, and that had no problem. As soon as we broke above that, look at this. As soon as you got above this and closed, two very buyer-friendly, a lot of wicks right here. These two wicks on these two 4-hour candles, that is buying pressure. People are scooping it up. And those both hammer candle blasted these candles to the upside. New all-time high for silver, 56.37 at the moment. It hit 56.50. It looks like it even wicked above it at some point. Let me see. 56.53, which is awesome. It's probably, at the very least, in my opinion, not financial advice, going to 58. From there, I would normally say, oh, it's probably going to retrace and cool off for a minute, but I said that same thing right here. And even then, it went above. So I guess technically I was right and wrong at the same time. We just kind of established a little trend there and continued to the upside, which is freaking awesome. Can the trend continue? What do you guys think silver is going to in the longer term? I would not be surprised very, very long term to see a couple $100. I'm talking like 5-10 year trend, but we'll see. Reset, we call your mom. Mr. Roberts said there's a Canadian Thanksgiving. We are thankful for a great many things. Nice. All right. Let's see. We've got the DXY. Chilling. I like the dumpy DXY. Dumpy DXY means number go up on pretty much everything, which is quite exciting. So maybe that's selfish, but What are you gonna do? Next we got MicroStrategy, aka Big B Coffee, because their logo looks like Big B Coffee for some reason. Up 0.88% for the half day that the market traded today. It looks like it had a fun beginning and not so fun end. We got sell pressure to the upside, buy pressure to the downside, which is kind of hilarious. I'm assuming this just means people think MicroStrategy is just worth $178. So, I don't know. Guys, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the Bitcoin daily close contest, so stick around for that. Make sure you get your guesses ready. NASDAQ closed 0.55 in the green. Fractal looks amazing. S&P closed 0.54 in the green. Also, Fractal 3.0 looks amazing. Let's see how far we can take it. Bitcoin dominance 59.24 and Bitcoin itself $90,937.07. Get your guesses ready for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. It's completely free to play, ton of fun, and tell your friends and family. 26 seconds remaining. Vahid currently 26 wins now. That has been updated since his win yesterday or the day before. Let's see. I think I need to upgrade my internet hardware. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. It has begun. Alright, if you guys are not familiar with the rules, any of you guys that are new, first, smash the like button. Please. Really helps out the channel. Appreciate you guys for being here. Black Friday, a global holiday. After that, make sure you're subscribed. All you basically have to do is tell me what you think the Bitcoin Binance USDT price is going to be at the close, which is in approximately 4 minutes and 24 seconds. I'm sorry, 9 minutes and 20 seconds. And if you nail the first 5 digits, then you win $20. If you nail all 7, which includes the change, you win $300. If you don't do any of those things, but you are closest without going over, then you win participation. And you're added to the rank, which is on the bottom of the screen. And at the end of the year, whoever has the most is going to win something as well. Drummer coming in with 91,169 cents. I forgot to put the 69 cents. So, since we got 9 people here, I'm going to do a poll. John Tujo coming in with a guess as well. Let's see. Should all December daily close wins count as 2 points? Yes or no? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the poll in the chat as well. We got Mr. Roberts coming in with a guess as well. Let me get John Tujo with a 9756.69. Very nice. And Mr. Roberts coming in with 91,013.60. You know, they stopped making pennies. Pretty crazy. Crazy stuff. I don't know how many we needed in circulation, but sure. Drummer 91,169. John said 90 and 756 with 769. Yep. Guys, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. A lot of fun. Oh, you guys are saying no. Interesting. Okay. Was not suspecting that. Oh, we only have 1 vote. Reverse jackpot's coming in with 99.30. Mr. Robert said, shoot, I just wedged myself under Drummer. I mean, you're welcome to change. What am I doing? I'm pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. Okay. Reverse jackpot's coming out of 99.30.41. Now, usually when there's a new person, they win every time. I don't know why. So I'm a betting man. I'm putting my money on reverse jackpots right now, just because I've seen a pattern. I've observed a pattern with my own eyes. Cheers, guys. Happy Friday. Drummer said it didn't show my 69. What do you mean? I got it in there. I fumbled it the first time. But yeah, you're in there. Bitcoin 90,965.49 cents. Mr. Roberts, you got a pretty decent window. You got almost a $100 window. That's not bad. Drummer, your cents is in there. 91, 169. It's right here. You need me to make it bigger? Is that as big as it gets? The number I always use. What do you mean? 91, 169. Are you okay? Do you need help? I messed it up the first time, and I fixed it. I think I was just so fast that you didn't notice. Mr. Barber said, no, I'm not going to change my guess. I'll leave that to Tyler. LOL. Dang. Shots fired. Tyler's been MIA, man. You guys got 36 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the Daily Close contest. Also, please direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Should all December Daily Close wins count as 2 points? I think that'd be fun, personally. That's why I'm proposing it. But if we don't get enough answers, then the poll's not going to count. Drummer said, when I refreshed, it doesn't show in chat. Oh, ooh, interesting. Secret chat. Do you have to switch it to live chat? I usually have to switch it to live chat. I'm not sure how it shows up for you guys. Because there's live chat and top chat, and I don't know what either of them mean, to be honest. Thumbs up. Jay Shear said, guess in the Discord just before I said time's up, and his timestamp in the Discord is on time, so I'm going to put it in there. Thank you, Jay Shear. Jay Shear 2.0 with 9888. I like that. It's my favorite number. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. Bam. Okay. Bitcoin, 90,904. Even. Big, fat, red volume candle. Relatively small 1 minute red candle, which is interesting. We've got 91,100.69 from Drummer. We've got to change this to a solid line. We've got Mr. Robbers with 91,013.60. We've got it's on live. I also tried typing it again just now, and it didn't go through. Whoa. Dang, that's messed up, actually. I really want Jimmy John's. Is that crazy? We've got 9930.41 from Reverse Jackpots. Yeah, anyone that's here, smash the like button. We got JShear 2.0 with 9888. And make sure you subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We've got 9756.69, and share the stream with your like-minded friends and family. We do the stream every single day. Ton of fun. Completely free to participate in the Daily Close contest. And like I said, there's a chance for you to win up to $300. Drummer said, YouTube gods have always frowned upon me. They're frowned upon everyone. YouTube gods do not discriminate. Unless you're a mod. Alright, Bitcoin, 90,913.79 cents. It is slowly forming the Burj Khalifa in the volume, which is interesting. Currently, JShear 2.0 is in the lead. We've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining on the clock. What's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Don't forget to smash the like button. 90,904.94. Interesting. 90,904.94. 90,904.94. Nice. All right. Not a whole lot's going on. I still can't believe how much silver blasted up. That blows my mind, dude. It's just chilling at 56. That's crazy. I'm thinking about buying some. I don't want to buy the top though, man. Every time. That's why I've been waiting. But every time I'm like, I'm gonna wait, it just blasts off higher. Every single time, man. 90,913.79 cents. JShear 2.0 still in the lead. Reverse Jackpots is relatively close with a larger gap as well. John Tujo also has a decent sized gap. Mr. Roberts gap the same size as Reverse Jackpots. Drummer technically the largest gap of them all because the price could go up infinitely. John Tujo might steal the lead from JShear 2.0 if the Bitcoin decides to break below 90,888. Remember, guys, that is closest without going over. Price is right rules. So if your guess is at all over the daily close price of Bitcoin, then your guess is void. We have had somebody guess above by 1 penny on 2 separate occasions, which is actually insane. I think the most recent one was Tyler was over by 0.69 or something like that, which I think has happened more than once. That's kind of crazy. JShoe 2.0 still in the lead. Very close game though. 90,890 and 70 cents. It is $2.70 above his guess right now. He is $2.70 from winning $300 today. On Black Friday of all days as well. 90,890 and 78 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. What's it gonna be? Pump, dump, or is it going to close flatlined right here? $2.71, just above JShoe 2.0. JShoe 2.0's guess 90,888. Bitcoin price 90,890 and 71 cents. 32 seconds remaining on the clock. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen it this sideways. 90,890 and 70 cents. And by sideways, I mean flat. Just for the actual candle. 14 seconds remaining. 90,890 and 70 cents. $2.70 above. JShoe 2.0 still. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, JShoe 2.0 on winning the daily close contest. Bitcoin daily close price 90,890 and 70 cents. 90,890 and 70 cents. 90,890.70. Congratulations, JShoe 2.0. You are 2 digits away from winning the $20 prize, and 4 away from winning $300. $2.70. That's pretty crazy. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. He is slowly working his way up the ranks with this guess of 90,888. Very cool. Alright, let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. Zoom out, let's delete these bad boys. JShoe 2.0 is our winner. Congratulations, my friend, on your victory. What have I done? Very cool. Dude, I want like a big nasty sub sandwich or something right now. My brain is like food. Alright, JShoe 2.0. Yay! Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. JShoe 2.0 moving up the ranks with Mr. Roberts and Giovanni Fontes joining them with 16 wins, just 10 beneath Vahid. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Let me add JShoe 2.0 to the winners Google Doc. And we do know JShoe 2.0 is not Canadian. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? This is a very special prize tonight. I'm very proud of this one. And the winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of $90,888.00 and an actual Bitcoin daily close of $90,890.70 on November 28th, Black Friday, 2025. Mr. JShoe 2.0's prize is a fried plantain. Congratulations, JShoe 2.0, on your victory. These are apparently very easy to make, according to our fellow viewer, Mr. Fahid Hussein. If you are not already, go subscribe to Fahid's Kitchen on YouTube. He just published a video, 51 minutes ago. But a day ago, on Thanksgiving Day, easy plantain fries. And they look delicious. So I might actually try that one out. But it's a nice short video. Go check it out. Fahid is a badass. I love the guy. And the logo is pretty sick. So go subscribe. Everybody likes cooking videos, even if you don't cook. It's almost like it's like ASMR. It's pretty cool. But yeah, feel free to dip that bad boy in some ketchup or something. Try it out. Divvy it up amongst your friends and family. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. All right. Bitcoin dominance 59.24. Bitcoin itself $90,948.04. Let's get to the news segment. Don't forget to smash the like button and direct your attention to the poll in the chat. We got 2 votes right now. I'd like to have at least like 6. Mr. Robert said Fahid's got a channel. Hell yeah, Fahid. I'll get there in a minute, bro. Yeah, he started posting good stuff, dude. I don't know why. There's like food channels and the like outdoor camping people, and I think that is a psychological thing because they cook. The outdoor camping videos, the people cook food, and I'm like, this looks super cozy. And then they cook food, and I'm like, that looks super delicious, which like adds the cozy factor. There's something psychological about food. And I think it goes back to like medieval times with the paintings of like the chubby women. And that's what they thought was hot because psychologically they were like, she has money to afford food. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Anyways, 15 billion, 400 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options expire today. Apparently, nobody cared. Michael Saylor says, it's Black Friday. I like that anytime the man says anything on Twitter, it's newsworthy. Silver reaches new all-time high of $55. Now $56, which is pretty freaking sick, if you ask me. 50 sick, am I right? President Trump says he will keep the stock market at all-time highs. Thank you, President Trump. I like the idea of him just like going in there and being like, unplug Wall Street. The stock market's going to remain at this valuation forever. Odds of Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 25 basis points in December rise to 87% on Polymarket. It was literally like less than 50, like a week ago. UK government crackdown on crypto tax avoidance in 2026. Wow. Russian and Chinese M2. Ladies and gentlemen, money printer go burr. I think China's the worst offender as well. Fed update. Why markets care about December 1st, the December meeting. December 1st is the date the Fed will begin to stop selling securities off the government balance sheet. This means they stop draining liquidity out of the system added in the pandemic and GFC. Ending or sharply slowing Treasury runoff removes a large technical seller from the Treasury market. The Fed was the biggest single redeemer of maturing Treasuries. It adds permanent liquidity to the system. Every dollar not reinvested is effectively a dollar of reserve created. It is seen as mildly dovish shift and ending, or even through, I can't read, even though quantitative tightening ending is not the same as quantitative easing. I've been struggling randomly reading. It's kind of freaking me out. Alternative data shows U.S. layoffs are surging. Job cuts tracked by MacroEdge jumped 70,609 month over month in October to 154,559, the highest in at least 2 years. Monthly job cuts have now exceeded 100K for the 5th time this year. Marks the highest monthly number for October in 22 years. U.S. layoffs are accelerating. Mr. Robert said, JJ, I know I keep harping on rare earth stocks, but after the news, can you take a look at ELRRF? It's a little more up and down than ooh, but I'm looking to play it if I can find a solid pattern / entry. I will look at it right now, actually. I got no problem interrupting. I think people are, I think the news segment is hit or miss anyways. ELRRF. I like throwing in random stuff in between it. It helps for sure. Oh, wow. $1.28. Holy cow, this is up 28% like last hour. What the heck? That's crazy. All right, let's go to the daily. Daily zoom out. I'm wondering how the deal with China is going to affect this. Is it going to be bullish or bearish? Wow, look at that. There's one little green guy right there. Boop. $9. What was that? Okay, so this has been down for quite some time, and I'm wondering why. Volume looks really good on it. It does look like people are scooping it up based on volume. Money flow is negative, but it's barely negative. Look at how bad it was. It was really bad, really bad, really bad, really bad. Almost gone. And it does look like it's curling up as well. And that's on the daily, so keep that in mind too. Almost overbought on the RSI. Actually, it is overbought on the RSI. $1.28. I'm wondering if it's going to do something similar to what it did back here where it's going to boop, 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 and then make a decision on whether or not it's going up or down from that point. Volume looks really good too. It's increasing, which is what you usually want to see into a move. I don't know. I like it. It looks good. I would like to read about it, personally. I struggle, I think, with stocks specifically because it seems so easy to find biased articles on both sides, bulls and bears, for everything. And both sides are equally convincing. So you almost have to like study the narrative as a whole versus like looking up individual companies. And I guess the same thing can be said for crypto. I don't know. I've enjoyed this weird like learning curve of going from crypto to stocks and like trying to figure out what could perform good based on how I know how to research. It just seems like I don't know, the outlook. I've always prided myself as somebody who thoroughly enjoys learning. And I think that this kind of feeds that and rewards it with money, which is positive reinforcement. If you could get paid to learn crap all the time, you'd probably never stop learning. So, Elurf, I like it. I do. I'm going to actually add that. I'm going to look into that personally. If you guys have not already, join the Discord linked in the description. It's completely free, always will be. The stock channel, believe it or not, in the crypto Discord, we'll call it an investment Discord. Actually, it's more just a bunch of bros hanging out. There's really nothing specific that we talk about, but you know, the community started off as a crypto thing. The stock channel is amazing. We've made nothing but good calls, and it's gotten to the point where somebody brings something up and I'll throw money into it. And then like a week or a month later, I'm up quite a bit. And that might literally be the bull market in the stock market. You can kind of just throw money at anything and it does really well. But you'd be surprised. Some stuff doesn't do well. Some of the stuff that was not mentioned in the Discord chat, I've just personally bought and it hasn't done well at all. So, what do you think of that? Anyways, congratulations, JJsCrypticCorner 2.0 once again on your victory. Enjoy your fried plantain. Stock market futures have been halted due to a cooling issue at a data center for the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange says stock market futures and options trading will reopen at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, which was this morning, after an 8+ hour disruption. Crazy. Breaking, silver prices surged to a record high of $55 per ounce, now up 90% in 2025, while everyone is focused on AI deficit spending is soaring and the Fed is cutting rates into 3% inflation. Own assets or be left behind. Breaking, President Trump says he will keep the stock market at all-time highs and calls the market hot with a big boost for 401ks. The S&P 500 rises to levels just 1.3% away from a record high. Cookie Monster Trader said, bull trap, sell all your coins. We've got, we now have Trump saying he will keep stocks at record highs, $600 billion a year in Magnificent 7 capex, Fed cutting interest rates into 3% inflation, global AI infrastructure spending at $1 trillion per year, Fed ending quantitative tightening in 2 days, U.S. deficit spending at over 6% of U.S. GDP, NVIDIA larger than all but 5 national stock markets, record corporate buybacks of $1.2 trillion coming in 2026, Trump saying he will completely cut income taxes, Trump promising $2,000 stimulus checks in 2026. How can you fight this momentum? Exactly. Cookie Monster Trader said, go long on cookies. I do like cookies. Breaking, President Trump announces that the U.S. is stopping all payments and subsidies to South Africa and that the country will not be invited to the 2026 G20. You're not invited to my birthday party. What we are seeing in silver right now is truly historic. Now above the 1980 and 2011 highs, above 55 an ounce for the first time in history. While everyone is fighting over the AI bubble, precious metals are casually crushing every other asset class. What does it mean? Gold and silver always know when it's coming, what's coming next first. Own assets or be left behind. Hell yeah. I'm pretty excited for next year, actually. Breaking, the odds of a December rate cut surged to 87% per Poly Market. The third rate cut of 2025 into 3% inflation is coming. Own assets or be left behind. Hell yeah. Institutional investors bought the dip last week. U.S. equities saw net inflows of $1.6 billion last week, a significant reversal from the net outflows of $800 million in the prior week. The shift was driven by a near record $4.8 billion of inflows into ETFs. This marked the 29th net weekly purchase of ETFs over the last 31 weeks. Institutional investors bought a net $900 million, while hedge funds acquired $2.1 billion, the biggest weekly buys since June 2023. By contrast, retail investors dumped $1.4 billion, posting their third consecutive weekly sale. Investors are buying the dips. Specifically, big money, or smart money, I would call them. President Trump says he is canceling all executive orders signed by Joe Biden using the auto pen. That's kind of crazy. I do, as much as it's kind of messed up, or whatever way you want to look at it, the auto pen picture in the White House is kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That was funny. even if it's not true, just the rumor is funny. It kind of cracked me up. Congratulations, JShear 2.0, once again on your victory. Enjoy your fried plantain. Is silver still underpriced? Silver ETFs now reflect 0.3% of all ETF assets, the highest in 4 years. This remains below the 0.4% seen during the 2020 pandemic high, despite the strong rally in silver prices this year. By comparison, the 2011 peak was nearly 1.8%, or 4 times higher than current levels. Back then, silver prices surged plus 180% in 8 months, far exceeding the 60% increase over the last 8 months. Put differently, investors' exposure to silver remains historically low even after the recent price surge. We may still be early. That's pretty crazy. John said, I was kind of right about Trump bull tweeting on Thanksgiving. Income tax is kind of bullish, eh? That's huge. That's what blows my mind. They're like, you're going to pay income tax, and it's going to be a big chunk of your income. And then it's actually only going to cover like a small percentage of what we spend. We're going to have to print majority of the money that we're actually spending as a government. And then we don't have this money. Like, we're paying money for nothing, basically. Like pennies on the dollar based on what they need. And we're without that money, so that money's not going back into the ecosystem, I'm going to call it, into society. It's not going to businesses or mom and pop shops. It's not going to anything. It's going to the government, and they're spending it on garbage. So, John Tujo said, yep, I read that. Tyler said, JJ, you trying to cheat me out here? What did I come in to vote on, LMAO? Well, 75% said no, so so far you're good, Tyler. Cookie Monster said, are you and the MMA guru related? Who's the MMA guru? I don't think so. All my relatives are like old Italian people. MMA guru? MMA guru. Oh, shoot. A white guy with a beard. I could see it. I kind of see it. He's got a little better this going on. This bugs me. I gotta fix it. I don't know what to do. I do kind of look like him, though. Maybe we are related. John Tujo said, I own a restaurant and have been still paying taxes on tips. It's killing me, Smalls. What? That blows my mind. So all of this is fake? Tyler said, I was 25% of that. Yeah, there's not a lot of votes. We're probably going to have to re-vote, Tyler. We got 4. That's not enough. All right. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Happy Friday. Next, we got President Trump once again says he will be creating 50-year mortgages. Very cool. I mean, for the housing market, I'm sure. The crypto industry is now competing with central banks for gold. Tether purchased 26 tons of gold in Q3 2025, surpassing all official central bank buying. In comparison, Kazakhstan acquired 18 tons, Brazil 15 tons, and Turkey 7 tons. As a result, Tether gold buying reflected 12% of total central bank purchases and 2% of total global gold demand. The trend strengthened from Q2 when the company bought 24 tons of gold, exceeding Poland and Kazakhstan at 19 and 16 tons. This pushed Tether's total gold reserves to a record 116 tons, making it the largest gold holder outside of central banks. Tether is jumping into the worldwide gold rush. Guys, I don't think that we realize still, this right here is the biggest telltale sign to me. Like, we all think that crypto's like this small niche thing. I don't think it is. I truly believe, and this might be stupid and you guys might laugh, I truly believe crypto is what resulted in Trump winning the presidency. And I think that our asset class is so huge that it's unavoidable for everyone, including people like Jamie Dimon. Now they're suddenly flipping and they're talking about how much they love it and they're going to offer it to their customers and stuff. And they're like, well, you know, some of them who have a little bit of pride in the things that they've said in the past, or maybe they're just stupid, are like, well, I'm still standoffish personally, but, you know, people want it, so we're going to let them buy it. I think it's unavoidable. I really do. Tyler said, what's the scoreboard? The scoreboard is, I mean, I've missed so many. Tom Solid Scout's at 29, Fahid's at 26, Mr. Brabbers, Giovanni, and now J Shear 2.0 at 16, Hoff's at 15, Waterfly at 12, Janix at 11, Gourmet Brands Brooklyn, Degenair, and Drummer at 6. All right. Next, we got CryptoFace opening up a long. He thinks Bitcoin's going to 96K. Very cool. Update. 1.8 billion in tokens, including SWI, Aster, ZRO, Pump, ENA, Aptos, Eigen, ARB, Stable, and Esports is set to unlock in December. Be careful, guys. Obviously, it depends on the percentage and the dollar amount and what they're doing with that money. But. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. So make sure if you're in any of these, you prepare yourself accordingly. I will say they need to change this logo for Aster because it does kind of look like a butthole. It looks like a weird little butthole. Next, Chinese tech giants like Alibaba and ByteDance are shifting AI model training to Southeast Asia to access NVIDIA chips restricted under U.S. export controls. That's actually, I think, a big deal because how huge of a hit is that going to be to your economy to lose these tech giants like Alibaba and ByteDance to another country? You know what I mean? Today's spot gold hits 4,200. Very cool. Overton, what's going on, my friend? CoinShares has formally, this one's weird. I don't know what this one's about. CoinShares has formally withdrawn its registration for the Solana staking ETF. I don't know why, but it's definitely an interesting development. Maybe they have to make changes or something. I always thought that you could make amendments. The withdrawal, I think, is interesting. Stock Money Lizards posted altcoin dominance wedge 2016 versus 2025. Same pattern, same breakdown, same capitulation zone at the bottom. I obviously I don't know what's going to happen. It does seem like we're in a bear market based on indicators like the 50-week moving average and stuff like that. But I would hate to sell the bottom. So personally, it's easier, and I know that I can do it because I've done it before. It's easier to be a bag holder and to just be ready for like 3-4 years down the road than to sell now and the price potentially rebound later, and then I look like an idiot and I have no allocation. Lunar Entity said this has been one of Gold members' best years in decades, right? For sure. 100%. Silver member is going to make his debut soon, because I think silver is doing even better than gold, which is kind of hilarious. This was just funny. Bitcoin's dead. Oh, man. Undertaker. Legendary. Next, we got Bitcoin is oversold, which this is a weekly chart as well. So let's just go check it out ourselves. I guess that's oversold. It's at a level that it hasn't been in a very, very long time. Yeah. Let's go to a more clean chart just to see it easier. Hold on. Sure. Oh, dang. That fractal was wrong. Dang. Okay. So we've got, what is this, about 36? And then back here, it was at 42, 45, 44. Bear market bottom was at like 30. It even actually became oversold right here at like 25. So the last time it was this low was in fact during the bear market. which is kind of crazy. These are the same. Those are the exact same. Silver surprised me. I capitulated, didn't sell, just gave up on all-time highs. I guess I wasn't surprised, but I wasn't expecting it to happen this fast. We've been charting it, and oddly enough, my stupid little line going up to 58 is like exactly where the price rode. Like, I was at least expecting it to kind of like do one of these maybe, and then eventually get to that target, maybe like a week or a month down the road. But it's straight up, it just broke, and then it went right up my line. So that was kind of cool. It's up 5.61% today. That's insane. And the volume doesn't even look that good. Look at the volume here. That is like weekend volume. Funky, goofy little broken weekend volume. And it went bam. The price just went straight up. The S&P and the NASDAQ look great too. Look at this. Look at that recovery. I understand people being bearish because the price of Bitcoin's down, but I don't know. The perma bear, like long-term perma bear market people are a different breed. Entirely, for sure. Lunar Entity said CME platform crashed on low volume. Found that suspicious. Actually, they said it was overheating. They said that there was a cooling problem. Overton said everything's fine. My bearded friend, do you know any blockchain devs? Maybe? I might, actually. I'd have to ask. I know a developer. I don't know if he's technically a blockchain dev. I don't know that he's done it. He does a lot of stuff for Discord and like websites. I don't think he's technically a blockchain dev. Okay. Next we've got... Oh, this is actually the last thing. The last time the Fed stopped quantitative tightening was in October 2019, and we saw a strong pump in Bitcoin and other altcoins. Now that the Fed recently decided to halt quantitative tightening again, I believe we could see another mini alt season similar to what happened last time. That would be pretty sick. Lunar Entity said, you interviewed that Near guy. Cool video. What Near guy? I didn't interview any Near guy. I interviewed Strike Finance and the guy from Sneckies. Cookie Monster said, would you trade your beard for Tom Lee's hair? I would not, actually. Tom Lee does have a nice head of hair, but I would be worried that his voice would come with it, and I definitely prefer my beard. Is it this guy? Yeah, this is Tom Lee, right? This is the Tom Lee. He does have lovely hair, doesn't he? Oh, shoot, I clicked on an article. Can I just see your hair? Is this a weird segment? I mean, the guy's got a lovely head of hair. Look at that hair. This is not a real picture. Yeah, this is AI. But I mean, it's not entirely inaccurate. The guy's got a lovely head of hair. The Tom Lee hair segment. Look at that. I didn't realize, how old is he? He looks a lot older than I thought. Every time I've seen him, he looks great. Like in interviews and stuff, I don't think he looks as old as he is. Crypto Spaces said, for the people still in this space, why are you here genuinely? Everything's always bearish. I personally think that sitting through this garbage is what rewards you. And I think that it's the business cycle. I do. I bought the lows, and I plan on selling the highs. I am up still. Overall, and this goes towards like having a plan. You have to have a take profit plan. And let me just look up tech dev. Hold on. You have to have a take profit plan, and that way you can't get like destroyed during these times. This is the business cycle. And up until right now, it has perfectly lined up with the 4-year cycle. Now, Bitcoin is going down right now. And everyone's freaking out thinking that the 4-year cycle is over because they're used to the 4-year cycle. If that time frame, just the arbitrary time frame of the 4-year cycle is wrong. All of those people are going to be wrong. I would rather, and I talked about this a little bit earlier. I think it's easier, and I've done it before, and I'm familiar with it. I think it's easier to bag hold all the way down to the bottom. If it is the 4-year cycle, then I only have to wait 3 years. Not even. I have to wait 1 year. We'll bottom out. I'll load up, and then I'll double my money within a month. Because that's what I did last time. During the bear market, I bought all the lows. I'm still up like 100% minimum on my bags. But while we were going up, I was taking profit on positions. And if the market disappeared, if the internet just stopped working today, right now, I would still have made a net profit on my positions. So, I've been in the market for 4 or 5 years. It's not easy, but if you come up with a plan and you stick to it, then you'll feel a lot more comfortable. Lunar Entity said, because it's easy to short crypto for net positive spot positions, that too. Personally, your mileage may vary. The business cycle chart ticker is USB COI. Oh, dude, we're adding this. Less than 1 month. Okay, so just switch it automatically. It's done that every single time beforehand. What's going on here? Are you sure? What do I have to do with this to make it look right? Mr. Barber said, yo, Lunar Cycle, are you formally Jim D? Sup, feller? Yes. Jim D. What was the actual name? YouTube, wrecked everyone's names. Well, this is definitely broken, I think. Hold on, let me zoom way in. That's what I gotta do. I gotta zoom way in. It's not broken. It's just broken. Yeah, look at it's like consolidating. We've seen this back here, it looks like. We've seen it back here. Maybe a tiny bit here. I don't know. There's definitely a median. Any chart that forces you to change time frames won't load unless you swap off and back to that chart. I think I fixed it. Will Besant and Elon ever rematch? Dude, that cracks me up. I seriously, I think that we could make up all of the deficit if they just put cameras in the White House and broadcast it with ads, like on YouTube, as a reality show. And they could do the stupid interviews and stuff. I want whoever made the Osbournes and Viva La Bam to make the White House into a reality TV show, monetize it, sell it to everyone everywhere. And then other countries can do that too. Could you imagine Trump being interviewed and he's like, Putin. I talked to him on the phone and he said he was going to do this and then he did it. And then Putin can be like, I just don't like Donald Trump's face. And the way that he was talking to other people about me bothered me. So I did what I did to piss him off. Could you imagine how funny that would be? Maybe I'm immature, but I would watch the crap out of that. Could you imagine going to work being like, dude, did you watch the White House last night? That shit was so crazy. I can't believe Melania said that. Oh, man. Lunar Entity said, is it the mustache? Mr. Roberts said, it is indeed, Jim. The mustache is iconic. Is that actually a picture of you, Jim? I can't even look. YouTube is so broken. If they built a social media platform behind YouTube that you could click on people's and see all their stuff, or if they what if they integrated X or something, or all of them, if they all interconnected, I think that would be huge. I guess you can click on links and stuff, but that's not the same. All right. Business cycle number go up. Exciting stuff. Congratulations, JShear 2.0 on your victory. Enjoy your fried plantain. Guys, if you haven't already, go check out Fahid's Kitchen on YouTube. Give him a subscribe. Give him a couple likes. Ring his bell. He's a fellow channel member. A good friend. Love the guy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And if you got to get some Black Friday shopping done or Cyber Monday, what have you, Hope you guys enjoy that as well. So portfolio update. We've got the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio currently down 5. What is it? It's $1,000 portfolio. 465, 46.5%. And none of the assets are in the green. We got some nice recovery from some of them though. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 65, Aptos is down 65, Property's down 52, Render's down 52. Property though is up 19%, which is crazy. Ondo is down 49, also up 10%. ADA is down 46, Shib is down 45, Doge is down 39, Near is down 38, and Sol is down 18. Mr. Roberts said, have a great weekend. All peace. Gotta bounce. Take it easy, Mr. Roberts. Appreciate you for sticking around. Don't forget to smash the like button. Next, we've got the meme coin portfolio. Currently down 548, 54.8. None of these assets are in the green either. Again, though, nice recovery from all of them over the last 7 days. Look very nice. Starting from the bottom, GigaChat is down 156. Snack is down 133. Pepe is down 103. Whip is down 86. And Doge is down 73. Then the narrative portfolio, my favorite and the most stable at the moment, currently down 175. Or what is that? I think I did the math yesterday. 35%. We've got one asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 55, VeChain is down 51, Mana is down 40, Pepe is down 34, and Tau is up 2.99. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio, which is currently down 390, or 39%. None of these assets are in the green either. Again, though, beautiful green 7-day recovery, looking good. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down 57. Render's down 57. Pith is down 52. Sui is down 51. Graph is down 44. Ondo is down 43. Crow is down 30. Sol is down 24. ETH is down 22. And Chainlink is down 14. Yeah, I like seeing the green on the 7-day. That makes me feel good. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go refresh the liquidation heat map again. It's probably gonna be pretty bleak for the time. Did I refresh this earlier? I don't know if we did this earlier. I don't think we did. 91.66. We did not. 91.66. That's on the bottom, and then on the top we've got 91.550. Okay. So this is the little range that we'll be trapped in probably for the remainder of the weekend, but we'll see. Maybe we'll break out of it. 89.729. Whoops. 89. Oh, 89.729. And the top, the tip of the top, I'm going to go right here, 91.986. Okay. Lunar Entity said, I love how volatile the meme portfolio is. Outperforms everything both up and down, right? Isn't that crazy? I don't even know what it is. Is it the low market cap? Probably. But the hype chasing, I don't know. It blows my mind. People are so, this is like the perfect encapsulation of emotional traders. The meme coin portfolio, when the market turns a little bit green, everyone dogpiles. They're like, buy Doge with Pepe, Snack, and GigaChat. Pile in, throw all of your money into it. Oh crap, I just sold that last week. Put all the money back in. And that just like whiplash, breakneck reversal to the upside. And then Bitcoin goes, boop, little red candle to the downside. Then they're like, take profit. We're at 5%. We should have sold at 10%. We're so greedy. And then it just goes straight down the opposite direction. It's crazy. Tisha said, yo, did I hear your motto a little while ago? What's my motto? Number go up? I don't know if I said number go up, did I? But yeah, that's it. It is what it is. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the 90-day performance. Oh, shit. Okay, 12-month maybe? Nope. Maybe it is just down only. What is all time? Okay, up and down. That is a middle finger if I've ever seen one. That's crazy. Crazy looking little chart. Let's go check I think the perfect entry portfolio. Check all time on that as well. This is funny. Okay, yeah, see, this is just down over time, whereas the meme coin portfolio looks up over time. I don't know if it goes back as far, though. No, I don't know. This is weird. What a weird thing. Tishu said, yep, number go up. That is the thing that we say. JSU 2.0 said, I got to scram back to work. Love y'all. Take it easy, JSU 2.0. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Black Friday and Thanksgiving. Crypto Spaces said, it didn't move like this last year. Much better conditions. People are on edge of bear market. Yeah, but the bear market only lasts 12 months. If it is a 12-month bear market, and I don't think it is. Lunar Entity said, I like how the CIFO for Campbell's Soup straight up admitted the company uses bioengineered 3D printed chicken, but the stock still makes high or low. Wait a minute, is Campbell's Chicken Soup publicly traded? So the stock is a double entendre. CPB. That's hilarious. Just, if we're being real, I don't really care. I don't really care if how is that a high? I guess that is a high or low. Yeah. Should we buy some? I don't know. There's a certain extent where I don't really care if my food is bioengineered. Like, it's not like it's coming out of an elephant's ass. It's coming out of a lab. We inject stuff into our veins and like swallow pills that come out of a lab. I guess I don't see the problem with food coming out of there. And maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but maybe that's more sustainable. Who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe farmers are going to be wearing lab coats and like squirting shit into petri dishes to make our corn, a couple years. As long as my Special K fruit and yogurt tastes the same, I don't really care. But if they do what they did when I was a kid and they change like tricks and make it taste like shit, then there's going to be some kind of coup. Like, I'm going to overthrow the government because they destroyed my favorite cereals, and I will not stand for such things again. You hear me? RFK, are you listening? He said, this time is different. We've talked about that before. We've talked about that as well. By default, this time is different no matter what. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high before the halving. It has been trading over 100K for forever. There was no euphoria, no alt season, none of the indicators fired. So if we are going into a bear market, that is why it's different. If we're not, and the 4-year cycle is broken, that is why it's different as well. Then we're going off the business cycle versus the 4-year cycle. So no matter what side you are on, it is different. Lunar Entity said he also straight up said the soup was for pores, wild stuff. I mean, that is why I was saying I don't care about bioengineered fruit ingredients. That's the easiest thing to buy when we're struggling for like to fill our cabinets and stuff. It's like $1 a can for a full meal. So I don't disagree with him. He probably means it in a derogatory way. As a like probably multi-billionaire CEO of a company, you can't say that. I don't know why these people are so out of touch. Like, I love Charles, the CEO or whatever, the guy, the founder of Cardano. But he says some crazy shit sometimes too. He was like talking shit about people paper hand selling, and everyone's like, you're a fucking billionaire, bro. You literally have like thousands of acres, a farm with like bison and shit, a Black Hawk helicopter. Like, what are you talking about paper hands? Fuck you, man. And I don't necessarily disagree with them. Tisha said, oh, this time is different, sort of. Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's the Star Wars meme where Padme's like, this time is different, right? Right? Alright, guys. I'm probably going to play some video games with my family, I think. I think that is the game plan, so. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, as always, when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, happy Friday, and good night. Join the Discord. It's free.